show. Andy, how you doing?
All right, man. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm flying solo. I'm a little more fortunate than a lot of people here in Texas. I just suffered the rolling blackouts for a few days, but the last couple of days it's been okay. But I am solo today, and so bear with me. I will try to get to all the questions. It's kind of tough when you're presenting content, you know, to keep an eye on the questions panel, but I will do my best. But hey, let's dive in. Once again, my name is Andy. This is the Trading Studio, and thank you once again for coming and checking it out. But let's go over the disclaimer real quick. Okay, we are a content publisher. Okay, I'm going to be talking about some setups and some charts and looking at some, you know, some ideas, but nothing should be construed as investment advice. Okay, I'm not looking to sell you anything. So if you are looking for investment advice, please look for somebody who holds a Series 7 license. That would be a stockbroker, a registered advisor. But we're going to try to have a little fun today. I think I got some cool stuff to show you. So I know that. I know you're going to dig this one section. I'll just get right into it right now. The agenda, market recap. Then I'm going to hit on some Holly recap real quick. And then we're going to take a look at the new B+ calendar that you guys are going to be hopefully getting here within the next week or two. We've been making great strides on that, and I think you guys are gonna like what you see. Then there's a filter out there called Change in 2 Minutes, and it's a pretty neat little filter. It basically just will show you the stocks, you know, however you want to sort it, but it shows you the change over the last 2 minutes, which can be good for momentum traders. So I built a quick little top list that I will share with you, and maybe kind of, I always like to build stuff to kind of help get you guys thinking on how you can use all these filters to your advantage. And that's this is just another case of that. Yeah, please tell me some warm weather. Yeah, Dave, we haven't been over 26 degrees in 5 days now. It's crazy. I've never seen snow on the ground this long. Even the streets are just snow packed for 5 days. It's crazy. Anyway, let's dive in. Tell you a little bit about the support, education, and training here. Spend a little bit of time on this because we know this program is very powerful, and some people can get intimidated when they first you know, fire it up. And we don't want you to be that way, because you can really make this as simple as you want. Of course, you can dive down in all of our features, and that's what a lot of people and most people do to get on, you know, to get to where they can use it and make it work well for them, and creating alerts that they want to see. But right out of the box, we have plenty of alerts and top list that you have access to in our channel. So, but anyway, you are going to want to learn some of it for sure, and that's what we're here for, to support, give you education and training. You can see over there on the left side of the screen all of our webinars. We have Monday through Thursday in the same time slot, 5 Eastern time, where we open up this go-to webinar. You guys, we encourage questions, and we also have some content that will help you to understand the product. The trading room at the top there, moderated by Barry. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already been in there, but if you hadn't, get in there. It's free for everyone. You do not have to be a subscriber. And what's great about that is Barry, of course, everybody in there is trading, most of them, I should say. But after a couple of hours, you know, things will start to slow down at times. And Barry really encourages people, you know, if you have questions, just ask him. He'll help you out. And if you still need more, we have our support webinar, which is probably the best place to come. Down at the bottom there, you see it's every Monday through Friday at 12 Eastern. I'll be doing the one tomorrow. We just open up a live stream. Actually, we take over Barry's for about an hour, and you guys come in there. That's the best place to come if you want, and that's every day. So come in there and ask questions, and we'll help you out. All right, and just one more slide just so you will not forget it. It is weekdays at 12 Eastern time, you know, and at the bottom there you can see the trade-ideas.com/live. If you don't get it, just come to our email us or come to our online chat. We'll give you the link so you can get in there. Where to go? Let's see. Where are you located? When you say where are you located, we're pretty much all remote. I'm in Texas, but to get the webinars, you can go to our website, and I can't show you right now because I have to pull up the webpage and all that. But if you go to our website and look under education, and you'll find webinars in there, and you got to sign up for them. Once you sign up for them, you'll start getting links every day for them, Joseph. All right, let's back out and let's pull up the spies, and we will. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm gonna have to fix that. All right. So let's pull up the spies here and look over. Look, you know what? It's still a very bullish tape right now, but I'm seeing signs of fatigue. And let me just, and this might not be fatigue, but usually when you go sideways like this, a lot of times if it's a really strong market, as soon as we kind of tag this fast line, I see stocks do this all the time, and you've seen Steve and I present this a lot of times when they're showing you stocks, when they go up and then go sideways and they meet that 10-period moving average, a lot of time you'll have a kind of an explosive move from that setup. And we didn't see that today. It was a gap down. Now it did fight back like it pretty much does every day. But I think the jury is still out kind of right now. Are we still kind of digesting, or is a fatigue setting in? Because if it's a very bullish tape, that's not really what you want to see. You'd rather see it kind of explode instead of kind of continue to waffle, even though the line is pretty much caught up this 10-period moving average. You got everything like you would like to see it with the fanning moving averages like this, but just not getting any lift off from that area. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Typically, when I see things like this, I get a little bit nervous. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty much out of almost all my longs and actually short right now. I kind of tend to do things like this when I've had a nice, decent profit and taking them. Sometimes I tend to I start out as a hedge, and then it'll end up eventually net short. Not that I'm really encouraged about it, and don't get me wrong, it's not a big position. It's just a small net short side right now. Nothing wrong with that if you've had some nice profits going up. It just feels, and another thing too, let me pull up the Qs, and Qs even look a little more suspect. And you can talking about the slide went that now and how, but I mean, we basically, that's just all it is for the last 9 trading days. So a lot of times that's a sign of maybe getting a little bit tired. We'll see. Have to see what happens. But other than getting tired, I don't see any really bearish argument here at all. Other than the Qs are below their 20 or 10-period moving average. We'll show that again. That link for the daily support session. I'll show it again once I pull that back up so you can get it. Yeah, Dave, good point. Dave's mentioning option expirations. Yeah, that call can always get a little wonky. I noticed those are not what they used to be. Used to be option expiration was a pretty big deal, but it just, I don't know if it's because of all the ETFs these days or what, but just seems like it doesn't have the, power that they, and the volatility they used to have, but always good to keep an eye on it though, Dave, that's for sure. All right, let me, that's enough for that. I'll pull up the IWM real quick. I'm not going to pull up the Dow. And once again, yeah, that's it, very much like the Qs, except it kind of had a red candle today, unlike the other one. So That's been kind of leading the charge the last 4 days, but so you'll have to keep an eye on that if it does break down. A lot of times what I'll do is just maybe set an alert right here at the 20, and this way I'll be alerted if it breaks down below that. All right, that's enough of that. We'll see what happens. And yeah, this is where I usually hand over to Jamie, but let me just pull it up here real quick. I do have all the trades here in Holly. Okay, not a bad day for Holly. Nothing to really write home about, but once again, here's the SPY. So it's a tough day, a gap down, horseshoe. We call that rainbow sometimes when it gaps down like that and then rolls back over, slopping around. This is usually when you get, probably the best Holly plays during this time period, and then we just had a bounce and still finished down at the end of the SPY. So not a lot of work to work with today, but there was one great trade to speak of, and this is one that's kind of a no-brainer because you can see it's on an all-time high. And look at this beautiful call right here from Holly. It kind of gapped up, came back, stretched the rubber band, popped back up sideways for about 30 minutes, and then popped out of that range. Even though it wasn't the high of the day, it was what we call a good no-pain trade. Holly calls it out. It pretty much kind of went up for about, let's set to 45 minutes sideways and then closed strong today. Great example of letting your winners run for you. And then when you look at conservative mode here with my share size, $200 if you got out when Holly got out, which would have been a profit save right here. Stayed in it for a while. Tried to hang in there, but I can see why she got out. It broke the fast line, but if you did hold on all day, you would have made $710 with my share size. So quite a bit of a disbursement there, or difference there. Other than that, I'm not going to break down a lot of these. I'd like to move on to the other stuff that we have. You can take a look at it yourself. For the most part, this one was a good one right out of the gate. If it hit the target, it's fired off right here. It looks like it got halted and then it gapped way up. So if you were able to catch this one this morning, that would have been great. But if you held on to it, it wouldn't have been so great. But a conservative profit of 400, which after looking at this chart, going from $4 to $12, I would have had to take some profits on that one this morning for sure. Make sure, let me get a drink of water here. And what do you say? Nope. Oh, no pain trade. Good question. No pain trade, JJ, is Holly called it out right here at $23 and it never went negative. It basically just popped up. There was the call and it never went below the call price. So, or the signal, the alert signal. Never went below that 23 again. So never was in any pain. Sometimes I know traders, and this is something you got to get over. They actually experience more pain when they're in the money than when they're negative. I know that sounds strange, but it's kind of the way we're wired. And I shouldn't say pain, but maybe you get more nervous when you're in a winner trade than you do a losing trade, and it's quite common. And you got to try to reverse that. That's why people are quick to take their profits. They get scared that they're going to lose those profits again. So a lot of time they're lose for a lot of behavior. But yes, today that you got, but reconnect. Get chart is clear and can you guys hear me? Testing 1 2. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'm back. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, it makes me a little nervous because of the power outages. But
guys, you're fine now. There were a couple couple of 30-second intervals where you were kind of sidelining and cutting in and out.
Okay. Guys, if anything happens and I lose you, I'm just going to apologize. It's been kind of wonky around here. I feel like the power is okay, but sometimes we may get a hiccup or two. So let's power on. I'm going to move on to the next segment, which is, because I really want to show you this, I'm going to have to go into our test server though. So tool options and go into the test server. And let me pull up my B+. Okay, don't pay a whole lot of attention to these positions. Can be kind of wonky when I go from test server to my other server. I don't know what happens. I lose some size and things like this. But here's what I want to show you. If you're in a B+ window and you go into new, you guys are going to have this soon too, and go to calendar tab and give it a second. I may have to reset connection if it doesn't. There it goes. So check it out. This is what you're going to have in the near future. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks, you guys are not only going to be able to see your P&L in here, okay, your ROI, your trades, number of trades on each day, okay, that you took, but you also are going to see a little P&L graph in here as well of how your trades went that day. Okay, you can look here and see, which is really going to be kind of cool. You can just take a quick glance at the graph. I can look down here and see this was a great day. And same here. This one, not so great. This one, just ugly as can be. But check this out. What you can do is now you're also going to be able to click on the date. I'm hoping they switch it to use where you can just click on the calendar. But right now, you can just click on the date. And I'm sure they'll make these dates more darker for you, more brighter. But do that, and also it's going to show your daily activity for this date. Okay, what you did. You can come down here and check another date, see what happened on that date, and it's going to show you your shares at the start. Okay, shares at the finish, average base price. What you did. I guess this is going to be sell. These would be your sales or buys that you made. So that's going to be, yeah, isn't that awesome, Dave? Yeah, that's going to be so, and you could be able to go back in several months and be able to see this just by scrolling back. You can go to different months and check this stuff out. So that's going to be nice. All right, when will we have it? And we'll also be, yes, it will be on your simulator, Candy, and I can't promise you anything. Usually, I just got this dev version today, so which means typically on average probably about 2 weeks before you get it. But you keep in mind right now, this one may be different because we're also working on creating these APIs connected to the APIs of the other platforms like E-Trade. So bear with me. Just know that it is coming, and you will have it, and it won't be any extra charge. So it's going to be a great feature. And once again, you'll just be able to click on it. If you can't remember what you did that day, just click on it, and it will show you. So pretty cool stuff. Let me make sure I'm getting all these questions answered here. Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, Thinkorswim's it's being difficult right now. I mean, you got to remember, guys, it's not just us. It's not as simple as us just hooking up to our API. There's got to be some work on their end, and if there's not work on their end, and they just say, "Sorry, guys, here's the dip. You figure it out," it makes it really hard for us. So, okay, I'm not saying they're saying that, but I am saying that it's difficult for us right now. Okay, it's still in the plans. E-Trade is a little bit easier right now, but so Thinkorswim will probably take longer, but that's just the way it is. But hopefully we'll have them both and soon. But we're working hard at it. We're working out all the kinks right now, banging on it. All right, so thought you guys would like that. I'm gonna switch back to the other server, just test server. I don't know what they could be doing some crazy stuff in after hours with it. So let me go ahead and switch back to my extra primary here. Same one you guys will be on. And I will lose my calendar display there. All right. So, boy, we're making good time here. With I need Jamie to kill some time with Holly, but that's okay. We'll probably wrap it up quick and make sure my computer or electricity doesn't go out on me. But it's been fine all day, so I don't expect to lose it. Okay. Yeah, Dave hits the nail on the head right there. When you have to rely on another vendor, good luck. Yeah, that's kind of what it is, you know, and especially when you're the little guy, you know. So I say little guy compared to, you know, the Thinkorswims and the E-Trades of the world. All right. So I was working, looking at some of our channels, and I can't remember. I ran across. We had a top list in there, you know, and it was sorted by change in 2 minutes, and it's really a cool filter, and I don't think enough people know about it. So what it does, it's pretty simple. It's basically does exactly what the title says it does. It's change in 2 minutes. Okay. So if you're watching a top list, say you have a stocks that you like to watch, or you just have a parameters built and you're watching the stocks that meet your parameters, kind of the case here. You want to, and you want to see the ones that maybe get a move, something happening over the last few minutes, volume coming in, and you're getting a nice little move. Well, we have a filter for that, and all you have to do is use our sort function. We have a sort right here tab, and you can sort by any column you want. Okay, you can, you know, most of the time I shall sort by change from the close. Sometimes I sort by relative volume. But this is one that can be really useful. And like I said, what it does, it basically just shows you the change in the 2 minutes. So if you have it sorted by change in 2 minutes, you're going to see the ones that move the most over the last 2 minute time frame, which can be very helpful. I don't know if you know, I built this. I don't even know if today is probably not the greatest look at it, but let's just kind of go back and see if it's working here. Go back to historical date here and let's just stick it on 11 o'clock and see. Okay, there's beak of. This one would have been right in there. That one, but been too impressive. But I bet you this beak of would have been a nice little trade there, and there you have it. So you would have basically the same call. You know, if you had this top list set up, you would have basically caught the same call as Holly did just by using this. Hold on just a minute. Yes, Dave. I'll hit that. That's a very good question. I'll hit that in just a minute for sure. So you can see what it's doing here, and the whole idea. Okay, let me just pull up the configuration. What I created here. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, the price has to be above $5. Volume today. I'm looking for stuff that's doing volume, even though I don't have a. You know what? I'm gonna pull down this relative volume a little bit. That's too high. Let's put that on 2. Relative volume today has to do 500,000. So, because I'm trying to, you know, not catch stocks that are, you know, maybe doing 200,000. I'm afraid there'd be too many head fakes if I do that. Change from the close. I want them up on the day. Okay, I don't want to see stocks, you know, moving that are down 3%. So just by doing a change from the close of 0, I know that the stock is up on the day. And the position in range is 80. It's a minimum of 80, okay, and a maximum of 98. Now let me explain this to you for those that may not be familiar with position and range filters. Anytime you see position and range and there's not a word in front of it or a number like a 10-minute range or a 30-minute range or a 20-day range, anytime you just see position and range, it's referring to the intraday, okay? So I click the show me button here, the price is between 80% and 90%, 98% above the low end of this range. So we know this thing is near highs, okay? Every range is a range from 0% being the low end of that range to 100% being the high end of that range. So by putting this little bracket in there like this, we know this thing is, or the stock is somewhere near its highs, and not only that, we know it's having a quite, you know, kind of a move over the last 2 minutes. So that could be very helpful. And you can always come in here and just say, well, Andy, I'd like to see change from close maybe up 2%. We could do that too. Maybe we'll come back and do that. Right now, we're just going to leave it like it is. All right. And let's try putting it on about 10 o'clock this morning. See what happens. Okay. Okay, so 10 o'clock this morning would have been right here. So you would have caught this one, a nice little move there. See the basically 10.89. So you'd have caught that little power move there. But if you didn't take your money quick, you were in trouble. Probably got out for a flat. CRND would have been right 940 here. This one would have you'd have had to sit and do a little pullback, but gosh, then after that, if you held that, look at that beautiful 10-period moving average. This is why we like to say, you know, this can be a great little guiding line that'll help keep you in a trade. Okay, look at that, never closed below that 10-period moving average right there, and then finally just gave up and just exploded. Very powerful. All right, let's do a couple of more tests here. Let's put it on. What I do, 11 o'clock. I don't want to go too late in the day though. Let's do about 9:30. See if anything happened at 9:30 this morning. That one finally went. I mean, you probably would have gotten it right here on this bar right here, and so you'd have to sit through a little wiggle and jiggle, but still very strong. And another good one there, right here. Interesting. So let me get some questions real quick. They're coming in for me. Let me answer Dave's first. And guys, I'm going to share this with you. Let me go ahead and share it with you right now. And if you want to change the change from close in there, you can. But I will share this. And got my eye on you. I'm going to drop it into the chat window, guys, so you will have access to it right now. All right. And Dave asked a question. He says, what are your feelings on change from the close versus change from the open? That's a very good question, and it's really subjective. You know, if that's why I like to keep down here in my sector watch list, I will keep a change from the close and a change from the open, okay? Because I like to see side by side, you know, how they done, you know, how much was a gap up, you know, and did it keep moving by using the change from the open? Today was a pretty ho-hum day in that one as well. So really, Dave, it's kind of subjective. It's kind of subjective. It is. You can use it because a lot of times a stock will look great, change from the close maybe up 50%, but it really just gapped up and didn't go anywhere from that. So I can see why a lot of people would like to use change from the open versus the close, because that can tell you the real strength of the actual live trading day. So, but get back to it. It's pretty much it's a subjective filter for sure. All right, I got some piling up in here, so let me make sure I get to them. Customer TI when researching coin trading. Can you speak? Aaron, I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to drop an email in here because the reason because I can't answer your questions, and the best way is going to answer it is by giving you a kind of these short videos we have on Holly. We have some great short videos, and I also continue our performance sheet Okay, those are things I cannot do while I'm doing this this webinar here, but just send it to info@trade-ideas.com and we will get you that information. Okay, how to get CRMD right before the spike. CRMD. Oh, I think you saw it in here somewhere. So yeah, I think you probably, well, more than likely it would have happened right in here somewhere. So to answer your question, what I did was in the configuration, I took this and put it on 80. So if you want to catch that CRMD, you might want to bring this minimum down. You could bring it down to 50 or something like this. Here's the problem with doing something like that is a lot of people ask me those questions like, Andy, I want to catch these ones that spike, but I want to do them right before they go. The problem is we don't know. I mean, obviously, if we knew which ones were going to spike, we'd all be rich. But you know, it's a trade-off. Okay, here's the thing: you can make your filter sets to catch them early. The problem is you're going to get a whole lot of stuff coming through, and you're going to miss the good ones possibly because many of those are going to just shoot up and come right back down. There's not going to be any momentum behind it like this CRMD. So most traders, I mean, trust me, I love to get them early too, but if you know there's volume there and you know there's momentum there, it's almost best to, you know, let them pop a little and then try to find entries. Like in this one, if you miss this one, what if you kept your eye on it? Okay, say, darn, you know, I trust me, if I saw something like that, I'd be saying, I wish I would have caught it right when it lifted. But keep your eye on it. Look what happens here. It came back to almost where you said you would want to catch it. All right, and then you could have rode it all the rest of the day. If you learn to think of, if you're a day trader, you know, think of day trading a trade all day and not just try to catch those 10-minute spikes. I mean, they're fun, they're great, and you can make some money at them, but trust me, and I say this in so many webinars, and I day traded for 17 years before I started swing trading. The people that made the real money are the ones that held trades. They did not catch this and paying out for 30 or 40 cents. They held these trades all day long and added to their positions while they're doing it. So that's where you make, you know, the really good living. Day trading is, and we see it in Holly. We see it in Holly all the time. And what I mean by that is we see it because in our back office, we see how well moderate profit, which holds a trade all the way to the end of the day, outperforms the conservative profit, which gets out for any profit save, reduce risk, kind of like a quick day trader would. So proof is in the numbers, guys, and we see it. All right, got to move on here because we still have to do our contest. Okay, Abdul, listen, I'm going to go send to Invo. I have a great video to give you that's going to show you how to do what's, you're talking about the collaborate, how you move a T window to a top list. Well, let me just show I actually can do it real quick here. I got time. Okay, let's say I got this right here, but I wanted to turn it into an alert window. Okay, I want to see it hitting, what I would use maybe a 5-minute high. Okay, but I got it in a top list. How do I convert it to an alert window? It's very easy. Okay, all you got to do, let's launch an alert window here. And you can just go ahead and launch it because you're going to be collaborating and changing it anyway. Okay. And what I need to do is click on collaborate. Okay, remember I'm copying from the T window, so I want to copy all. The code's in there. I go to the A window, find collaborate, paste all. And why didn't it work? Try that again. I may have copy all, collaborate, paste all. Let me try a new window here. And remember, I just fired up this dev version a minute ago. So if I'm having issues, I know this works. Collaborate, copy all, collaborate, paste all. Yep. Let me see if the configuration came over. It did. That's weird. See, the configuration came over, but it didn't change the name. Okay, that's fine. The configuration came over. Okay. But what it does, it drops a heartbeat in there. Now, here's the thing about the heartbeat. It's kind of our legacy alert before we had top list windows. Okay, it was a way for the market to go out and ping. It pings the market every 5 minutes and finds to see if these parameters are being met. Okay, in your top list, and then it will just basically signal it with a heartbeat. These are archaic. Do not use these. You want to convert it to another alert. Okay, in this case, I would probably just use a 5-minute high, because the whole key is we want to see that the filters are being met. Okay, and a 5-minute high would work just fine. So we took out the heartbeat and took it to 5-minute alert. Let's check. Now the Windows name is in there. Okay, whatever. All right, so now we have it in alert form. Okay, so if I come in here and I add this columns, we want to make the type of alert. Okay, and there we have it. It's a 5-minute high. So now what you could do is go and see this, and let's add a time as well. Hold on just a minute. There you go. All right, so let's go into today and take a look, see if it was working. It looks like I'm seeing a lot of the same symbols. 5-minute volume in there. There's a change in 2 minute. Let's move that over there. All right, so that worked. Here, I'll go ahead and save this and share it with you in case you want it as well. Then we got to move on to our price alerts. Okay. Oh, I did it. Hold on. Let me do it in real time so you're not getting it in history mode. Okay, I'm just going to call it Got My Eye A window. And drop that in chat as well so you guys will have access to that if you want it. All right. You know what, John? I don't, but you could add that. I think I may have. Here's the thing. You know what? It's probably a good idea, John, if you're going to use it into in an A window. It's a great idea. You might want to come in here and put the change in 2 minute and use. I'm not going to do this and share it again, so you guys could just do it. If you grab it, you could come in here and say, I just at least wanted to change at least, I don't know, 0.5%, whatever you wanted to do. In a T window, it doesn't really matter, John, because you can sort. You're going to be sorting by the change from 2 minute close, so you're going to see everything on top anyway. Okay, so it's not going to matter. All right, but a good question, John. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was John. See, where do you see the time? Okay, yeah, I just added the time in there. On a T window, there is no alert. Okay, so there's no timestamp. Okay, they refresh every 30 seconds. That's why when you look up here, if I put this on time frame, it's going to refresh. It's going to give you the time at the top. It's not going to look like this. It's just going to give you the time. Yeah, it is. This is 3:01 to, it's going to give you a 30-minute block, and then it's going to refresh again. Buy and sell. You shouldn't have to. That's your Holly signals when you see the buy and sell. So like these little buy tags and sell tags, those are going to be Hollies. Now, unless you came in here and disabled them, okay, it should be right here. If you go to properties and check, make sure show AI trades are checked, you would be able to see those, Alex. So yeah, just make sure you go to properties and make sure you see the show AI trades checked. Yes, Salim, if you would send a email to info@trade-ideas.com. We have lots of lots of videos we can give you to help you explain how to use whatever you want to see basically in Trade Ideas. We have TI University in there on our YouTube page, which is basically 4 hours long. Broken down into 1 hour segments that we go through everything in that. It's great. So just send an email in and we'll get you taken care of. All right, guys, hold on. Y'all are hitting me pretty hard here. Let's see. The first one, it may have been in history. Just all you want to do is just, if it is in history, if I shared it, just go in here and put it on live during market hours and then save it again. After you do that, just come in and put save, and you can save it back to your cloud under real time. Tatum, I can't go through I don't have time to go through the whole, rehash the whole thing about that alert that I shared. It's basically just looking for stocks that are showing the biggest move. It's sorted by the biggest move in the last 2 minutes. And they also have to be, trading near the high of the day, not far from it. So just a way to kind of catch things sometimes. If you're, a lot of people want something to look at during midday or maybe around the close, how to focus on what stocks that may continue to run. This may be something that works because they're kind of moving in the last 2 minutes and they're not far from the highs of the day. So it may be a way to, nice little tool to catch things like that. All right, let me pull up. It's time we got to move into our price alerts, and this is always a fun game. I know people are liking it because I'm hearing from them. All right, so first let me get a drink of water here. All right, let me take a look at DLPN real quick. Oh, that's your call, huh? That looks good. That's a good looking chart. Okay, so if you want to call this for your price alert, just give me a price. But you know what? Let me look at the previous winners first of all. And the week before last, we had a banner week. So this may tell you things are getting a little sluggish in the market. We did have a couple of 6% winners, and that would be, who is it? Let me see. Gosh, they change in after hours. I was looking at them earlier, and there were 6% winners in here. That's crazy. Who was it? I know there was. Well, I know Bingo was one of them. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, that was at 6%. It did fall down now to 4%. And I bet you the other one was Mara. Okay, and that was Wally. That was up when I looked earlier at 6%. But as you can see, guys, a lot of things were a little bit down. A lot of things were, and that can kind of give you a hint that when we have these banner weeks, and then all of a sudden we get a week like this where the market really didn't sell off, but man, a lot of the position, a lot of the calls did, a lot of the alerts did not work, and so keep an eye on that, because that can always be a sign of you know, things may be getting tired. We'll have to keep a look. But let me go ahead and close these. But anyway, I'd have to say that Rinka is the winner with BNGO. Bingo was his name. Let me make sure that wasn't. Yeah. I'm not seeing anything. Let me scroll down, make sure I don't not missing anything. But it looks like you were. All right, let's erase these and we'll get some more. And you guys gonna have to go slow for me because I don't have Jamie here to help me. So just bear with me. All right, so here's what I need. I need a symbol and a price. Okay, I'm gonna assume it's a long unless you tell me otherwise. And let's see. Let me know on that. That DLPN looks good there, Mohab. That's a good looking chart. If you're wanting to use that as your trade of the week, there's a lot of things I like about this. Okay, it was showing relative strength today. It was looking. It looks good. That's a nice looking chart there. All right, workhorse, WHKS, and that is 33.25. Oh, WKHS. Dang it. I'll go ahead. And that was 33.25. And I may give you guys a penny here and there, and that was Bill. Save. Dave was save at 34.20. Oh, he likes to pick them close, doesn't he? And okay, CCIV at 59. And that was Vincent. And then Mohap with the DLPH, which is a nice one there. Nice looking chart there at 650. I'm sorry, 16. Wait. DLPN, Andy. Let's see, 650. Mohap. Alex with Fungus Among Us. Oh, it's Fungu. And Alex, I need a price on that. You want it at today's highs? I'm gonna stick it right here at today's highs here for you. Alt. Dave Orleans. I need a price there. I'm gonna put it. You may put it at today's highs. You guys don't forget to put it a price. I'm gonna stick it at today's high for you there. And Mike C. Thank you, Mike C. Appreciate it. Zynga 1230 from Walt. Like that. Walt Smoot. And email with NETE. I'm so upset about this stock. I had it right here, and the float is so low. It got me out and then took off today. It made me so angry. 18 for email. Let me give you a penny cheat there. All right. That looks like, oh, no. Okay, Dave. UBXY at 1040. Man, we got a lot of them coming in. She's going to play the old, and that is 1040. That's for Candy. And I think I got CCV coming up. Let's see, QS for KJ. And that is at 64.50. Y'all be patient with me. I'm a penny too high or something like that. I got to get moving here. Yeah, I got CCVI in there, don't I? Yeah, CCVI for Vincent. Joseph, are you wanting, what do you mean after CCVI? KOS. We have to quit playing this. We got so many. At $3. Oh yeah, I see what you're looking at there for sure. And that is Demetrius. NXPI. Some of these are good, guys. You guys keep when I share these, y'all save them and pay attention to them. At 187. Okay, looking for reversal there after a few days of selling off. That's Glenn Miles. Oh gosh, what am I doing putting up there? And MDTR. And that is 1880 from Elena. Hey, you're looking for a pullback. I like it. Assuming that's a long. Wait, it's already printing down here. Looks like, no, it's 19. Okay, 1880. I got to change this to a long for Elena. And PLTR 2975, and that is for James Johnson. 2975. And CAPA at 22. And that is for Bernard at 22, looking for a pullback. No, looking for, well, it's right at 22. Let's see. I'm going to have to go higher. Looks like it's trading at 22.25. Or a little bit lower. Okay, I'll stick it in there and see if it doesn't trigger. Maybe it won't. And that was for Bernard. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to. Okay, we got a couple more here, and then I got to get going here and get us out of here. Let's see. Aja has ORGS. Oh, he held it off to the very end. He must have been focusing on this one. 715. Okay, I see what he's looking at. Riot. This will be the last one for Waleed. And that is that. Waleed likes the Riots and the Maras, and that's going to be at 58.50. Looking for a pullback. I like these. Like a little bit of a pullback. Waleed. All right, guys, we got a lot of players. Some of them are already going, triggering here, but let me go ahead and share them. That's okay. We'll let you have a little head start there. All right, so let me do this. Share 17. Yeah, a lot of people playing. Copy all. I'll drop it also in the chat window. PA is for price alerts. And there you go, guys. Everybody get these, copy them, and paste them into your price alert window so you guys can maybe benefit from some of these great calls. All right, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate everybody being easy on me without Jamie. I'm going to bring Scott in here, and he'll walk us out of here.
All right, thank you, Andy. Yeah, just a couple housekeeping items on the way out. We do have an ebook that's available to help you out through earnings season. So go to trade-ideas.com/earnings and grab that. It's free. It has some great cloud links you can add to your layouts in there. This Trade Ideas Podcast. Search for Trade Ideas Podcast wherever you listen to your pods. Add us as a subscription, and you will be ready to pick up the next episode as soon as it comes out. Also, check out the previous interviews we've got on there. There's some really good content. There's a code, opportunity. Use that to save 15% off your first month or year of any subscription or upgrade. So go ahead and use that before the end of the month if you want to take advantage of those savings. You can find our Jamie Hodge at QuantBot on Twitter. Also, Steve Gomez is at Today Trader. We also have at Trade Ideas. Facebook.com/Trade Ideas Pro is the Facebook handle to like and share. And any questions at all, shoot them to info@Trade Ideas. That goes into our help desk and gets you the support you need. The recording will be up later on tonight or tomorrow, and you get an email reminder tomorrow from GoToWebinar with a link to the playlist where you can find it. All right, thanks. It looks like your electric held in there pretty good, Andy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm happy about that, Scott. You're welcome, and thanks, everybody. I'll see some of you guys tomorrow in the support webinar.
Yep, thanks, everyone. Bye.